Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, I'm glad you stopped by. Today, we're diving deep into Quantum Fiber Internet, a fiber optic service that's been catching my eye lately. I've been digging into everything about it, what it is, how much it costs, how fast it really gets, what the customer service is like, and whether it's worth your time and money. We're going to break it all down in 5 big sections. An overview to set the stage, features and pricing to see what you're getting, Wi-Fi speed to test the performance, customer service to check the support, and then I'll wrap it up with my personal opinion on the whole deal. This is going to be a great long video, so grab a drink, make a snack, and settle in. Let's get rolling with this Quantum Fiber review. Alright, what exactly is Quantum Fiber Internet? It's a fiber optic internet service run by Lumen Technologies, the same folks who own CenturyLink. Now, if you're thinking, wait, isn't CenturyLink that old DSL provider my parents used? Hold up. This is a totally different beast. Quantum Fiber is all about bringing cutting-edge fiber optic tech right to your doorstep. We're talking data zipping through tiny glass strands at speeds close to light itself. That's a massive leap from the copper cables of DSL or shared lines of traditional cable internet. Where can you get it? As of 2025, Quantum Fiber is rolled out to nearly 565,000 locations across 17 states. You'll find it in places like Florida, Nevada, Minnesota, Oregon, and Colorado. Mostly spots in the West, Midwest, and a bit in the Southeast. It's not everywhere yet though. They're still expanding, so if you're curious, you'd need to check their coverage map to see if your neighborhood's on the list. I'll throw in a quick tip. If you're in a bigger city, in one of those states, your odds are better. What's the big pitch? A few things stand out right away. First, there's no data caps. That means you can stream 4K movies, download huge game updates, or binge your favorite shows all day without hitting some annoying limit. Second, there's no contracts. You're free to bounce whenever you want, no strings attached. And third, they've got this thing called the Price for Life guarantee, which is pretty unique. It locks your monthly rate in for as long as you keep your data plan. Don't move and stick to a few basic terms like paperless billing, and no more of those sneaky price jumps after a year that other providers love to pull. The speed options are wild too. They start at 200 megabytes per second, which is solid for basic stuff, and they go all the way up to 8,000 megabytes per second in a handful of areas. That's 8 gigs. Most people won't see that top tier. It's super limited, but even the most common plans like 500 megabytes or 940 are built for serious bandwidth hogs. Think gamers, streamers, remote workers, or just a house packed with smart devices. The whole setup's designed to handle the modern internet life, where everything's online all the time. So that's Quantum Fiber in a nutshell. Next up, let's talk features and pricing. This is where you figure out what you're actually signing up for and how much it's going to hit your wallet. Quantum Fiber keeps their plans pretty simple, which I appreciate. No crazy tiers or hidden fees to confuse you. Prices can vary a bit depending on where you live, but here's a typical breakdown based on what's out there. Starting out at the low end, you've got the 200 megabytes plan for around $45 a month. That's a great entry point if you're living alone. Maybe streaming some Netflix in HD, browsing the web, or checking emails. It's not going to blow your mind, but it's solid for the basics. Step it up to 500 megabytes per second and you're looking at $50 a month. Now we're talking. This is perfect for a small family, or a couple of roommates, or anyone working from home. Then there's the 940 megabytes plan, usually $75 a month. This is the sweet spot for most people, a full gigabit of speed that's ideal for heavy users. And if you're in one of the lucky spots like parts of Denver or Minneapolis, they've got multi-gig plans. We're talking 2 gig for $95, 3 gig for $100, and even 8 gig for $165 a month. That 8 gig is nuts. Way more than most people need right now. Availability is the catch though. Those higher speeds are only in select cities, so don't get your hopes up unless you're in the right zip code. Now, the features. This is what makes Quantum Fiber stand out. No contracts first off, and I can't stress how nice it is to not be locked into a year or two with a provider. If it's not working out, you can just walk away. No penalty. Unlimited data's another big one. No caps, no overage fees, no throttling. You can use as much internet as you want, which is a huge relief compared to some cable companies that slap you with limits. Installation's free too, which is awesome. Saves you $100 or more upfront. The only time you pay is if your place needs special work like digging or extra wiring, but that's pretty rare. They also include 360 Wi-Fi equipment at no extra cost. for now at least. It's a mesh system with a gateway, and you get extra pods if your house is big. You can manage it all through an app, which is handy for tweaking settings or checking your network. Word is they might start charging for the equipment after an initial period, so that's something to watch out for down the line. The price for life guarantees is the real big star here. Your rate stays locked as long as you don't change plans, move, or drop off paperless billing. Most providers jack up prices after 12 months, but Quantum says nah, we're good. Compared to Verizon Fios, where 1 gig is closer to $90, or AT&T Fiber at $80, Quantum $75 for 940 megabytes per second feels like a bargain. The downside, it's not as widely available as those bigger names, so if you're in one of those 70 states though, the value's tough to beat. Alright, let's get to the good stuff, Wi-Fi speed. This is where Quantum flexes its fiber optic muscles, and it's honestly pretty impressive. With plans ranging from 200 megabytes per second to all the way to 8,000 megabytes, there's a lot of potential here. Most people are on the 500 megabytes per second or 940 megabytes per second plans, so let's focus on these ones for a sec, then we'll touch on the crazy multi-gig stuff. If you're wired in, plugging straight into the router with an Ethernet cable, you're getting almost exactly what they advertise. Because fiber gives you symmetrical speeds, that's a massive advantage over cable internet, where you might get 1,000 megabytes down but a measly 35 megabytes up. For anyone uploading big files like video editors, streamers, or cloud backup fans, the symmetry is a game changer. Gamers love it too, since it cuts down on lag when you're sending data back to the server. But here's the thing, if you're into hardcore gaming, like fast-paced shooters where every millisecond counts, Wi-Fi might not cut it. Some folks say it's laggy compared to the wired, especially if you're far from the router or there's a lot going on in your network. For that, Ethernet's your best bet. Plug in and you're golden. I've heard mixed stories though. Some people say it's flawless, others notice little hiccups. It seems to depend on your house and how well the install went. Now, the multi-gig plans. 2 gig, 3 gig, 8 gig. These are wild. 8,000 megabytes per second is definitely overkill for 99% of us right now. But if you've got the gear, like a high-end router and a Wi-Fi 7 devices, you could push some crazy speeds. Even on Wi-Fi, you might see 1,000 megabytes per second or more with the right setup. It's rare though, only a few cities have it and you need top tier stuff to really use it. Overall, speed's a huge strength here. Fiber's the real deal, but Wi-Fi's got its limits. Okay guys, let's shift gears to customer service. On paper, Quantum Fiber's got you covered. They offer 24/7 support, which is clutch if something goes wrong at 2 a.m. You can call them at 833-250-6306. Hop on a chat through their website or even hit them up on social media. They're active on Facebook, X, Instagram, the works. It's a total mixed bag. Your experiences seem to hinge on where you are and who you get. In some areas, the local teams are on point, fast, reliable, no drama. In others, it's a mess, long waits, dropped calls, or reps who don't follow through. The ratings reflect that too. Some reviews give a decent score, like a 7.5 out of 10 for customer care, which isn't bad. But others rank them lower, especially in the West where satisfaction's taken a hit. Quantum's customer service feels like a weak spot. They've got the tools, phone, chat, app, social media, but it's inconsistent. If you're lucky, you'll get a smooth ride, and if not, you might need a deep breath and some patience. Alright, time to wrap this up with my personal take. What do I think about Quantum Fiber Internet? Honestly, I'm pretty impressed with what they're bringing to the table. The speeds are fantastic. Fiber optic tech with symmetrical uploads and downloads is a huge step up from cable or DSL. Whether you're on 500 megabytes or dreaming of that 8 gig plan, you're getting serious performance that can handle anything you throw at it. The pricing is a big win too. $50 for 500 megabytes per second or $75 for 940 megabytes per second, locked in with that price for life guarantee, that's tough to beat. No contracts, no data caps, free install, and free equipment. It's a package that feels like a steal compared to some of the bigger names out there. The 360 Wi-Fi system's a nice touch too. Mesh coverage for your whole place. Wi-Fi speed's a strong point too, though it's not perfect. Wired, you're golden. Customer service is the one area that gives me a pause. It's a coin toss. I tell you to check what people in your area are saying because it seems to vary a lot by location. So, my conclusion? I'd go for the 500 megabytes per second plan myself, which is $50 a month for that kind of speed and stability is a no-brainer for most households. For me, Quantum Fiber gets a solid thumbs up. Fiber's the future and they're doing it right. That's a wrap, folks. Thanks for hanging out with me for this deep dive into Quantum Fiber Internet. If you enjoyed it, you know the drill. Hit that like button, subscribe, and tap the bell so you don't miss the next one. I'd love to hear from you. Got Quantum Fiber at your place? How's it treating you? Drop a comment below and let me know your experience. Good or bad. Maybe I'll do a follow-up if there's enough chatters out there. For now, I'm signing off. Stay connected, keep exploring, and I'll catch you in the next video. See you guys.